My dear friends, I'm delighted to be here with all of you this morning. The Academic Forum of BRICS is now an institutionalized and integral part of the pre-conference agenda in the run-up to the annual BRICS Leaders Summits. I thank the BRICS coordinating institutions for collaborating to make this forum possible. Special credit is due to this year's hosts, the Observer Research Foundation. As an independent think tank, ORF develops and publishes informed inputs for policymakers in the government and for the political and business leadership of the country, and has played a significant role in promoting the Track 2 dialogues between the BRICS. Several eminent scholars and academics are here in this room, and I welcome them all. Thank you for joining this important event. And I thank Mr. Sanjay Joshi, Director of ORF in particular, and his team for facilitating this dialogue. I also want to thank all the delegation leaders, Mrs. Da Silva of Brazil, Mr. Davidov of Russia, Mr. Vishwanathan of India, Mr. Huang of China, and Mr. Aziz Pahar of South Africa for being here with us and contributing to the discussions. I am acutely conscious that I am speaking before an extremely distinguished audience. So let me try and speak not as a diplomat or a Sherpa, but ask questions rather than attempt answers. There will be no academic rigor in my comments. I will speak from a somewhat political viewpoint, nor will I get into substantive positions or options. For that, we want to hear your views, and I have no desire to influence them in any way. What started as an investment pitch by Goldman Sachs, the term BRIC, has evolved into a multilateral instrument, now BRICS. It immediately caught the world's attention. And there is now global interest in the BRICS process. It is therefore a matter of international significance and honor for us that our Prime Minister will be hosting Their Excellencies the Presidents of Brazil, Russia, China, and South Africa in New Delhi later this month. This is the first time that India is hosting a summit meeting of the BRICS group. While there is no defined agenda or secretariat for the group, there are distinct themes that BRICS places its attention on. And the group leads by focusing on such issues that command salience in the global arena at a given point of time, and aims to give them direction and contribute to solutions. That gives it, in my opinion, creativity and value. The BRIC grouping is of a unique nature. Mr. Davidov called it a coalition. But what are we? We are not a geographical grouping like ASEAN or the European Union. We are not commodity-based like OPEC or the former coal and steel community of Europe. We are not security-based like NATO. We are not ideology-based like the former Comecon. We are not domain-based, such as APEC, or which works through a system of open regionalism, or the Indian Ocean grouping. And hence there is an intense interest to sense what we are. Rather like the proverbial elephant in the Indian folk tales, it depends on your viewpoint. Let me raise three questions, very basic questions, and nothing very far-reaching, But I think we need to look at these questions as we proceed further. Question 1, what are we and what do we represent? BRICS comprises leading emerging economies and can be described as a transcontinental association with increasingly significant geopolitical and strategic weight. The journey from Yekaterinburg to New Delhi has been one that has shown the resolve of the BRICS to work together on issues of common interest and global significance. What brings us together? Is it a shared outlook, mutual or shared interests? Is it our bilateral relationships which are good, progressing and developing and from which we draw our strength? Is it our capacity to influence events? Is it the weight of our markets that is bringing us together? Or resources, human and natural? Above all, it is our potential for growth, which brings us to the original Goldman Sachs concept. One that both draws from all of the above and contributes to our capacities. In today's world, BRICS positions cannot but be factored into global governance and decision making. The BRICS today comprise new growth poles in a multipolar world. Looking forward, this and coming details, therefore, present a mixed bag of opportunities and challenges. It is only natural that the BRICS should take the initiative to engage with the international community in a constructive manner, as serious and responsible partners, and contribute value and substance for the resolution of international crises and issues, both economic, political, or social, or environmental for that matter. This is what gives BRICS its salience. We are not a bloc. We are not ideologically positioned against any other grouping. BRICS cuts across divisions. Irrespective of observers or commentators trying to read meanings into certain congruences in voting patterns in the United Nations, these are not the primary objective. We do not, for that matter, purport to be a spokesman for the developing world.